Day 2 of President Obama's trip to the Middle East was a dramatic day today. President Obama gave a rousing speech in Jerusalem.
Make no mistake, those who adhere to the ideology of rejecting Israel's right to exist, they might as well reject the earth beneath them or the sky above, because Israel's not going anywhere.
But the moment in the speech, though, that really stood out, not just because of what the president said, but because of how the crowd reacted to what he said. The moment that really stood out, and I think will most be remembered, was this one. Watch this.
I'm going off script here for a second, but before I came here, I met with a group of young Palestinians from the age of 15 to 22. And talking to them, they weren't that different from my daughters. They weren't that different from your daughters or sons. I honestly believe that if any Israeli parent sat down with those kids, they'd say, I want these kids to succeed. I want them to prosper. I want them to have opportunities just like my kids do. I believe that's what Israeli parents would want for these kids if they had a chance to listen to them and talk to them. I believe that.
President Obama asking Israelis to put themselves in Palestinian shoes, which brings us to this. After that big speech that was so well received by that huge Israeli audience in Jerusalem, President Obama was honored at a state dinner. He was awarded the Israeli Medal of Distinction, which is the highest honor a civilian can receive in Israel. He is the first sitting U.S. president to ever receive this award. Israeli President Shimon Peres said to President Obama, quote, "The people of Israel are particularly moved by your unforgettable contribution to their security." He called President Obama Dear Barack. So that was what was happening live in Israel. Here at home, this is what the coverage of that event looked like in the cable newsosphere. CNN and MSNBC are carrying it live, showing the President of the United States receiving this medal at this big state dinner in a foreign country. The Fox News channel, however, is pretending like it is not happening. They're talking about repealing Obamacare instead. So this is what the three cable news networks look like in snapshot at 2:24 p.m. I know this because our news meeting for this show was going on, and on the wall next to where we did our meeting, there was the TV showing the live feed of the three networks at precisely 2:24 p.m. this afternoon. We're all watching as the Israeli president is saying to President Obama, "I know that you will never stop striving for a better world." And as he was speaking those very words live, as seen on MSNBC and CNN, what was running on Fox News instead was a commercial for their new special on President Obama as an enemy of Israel. That is the ad they're running instead of the live feed of the government of Israel giving President Obama the highest honor a civilian can receive from the Israeli government. Seriously. You want to see what they were running? You know you do. Watch.
The state of Israel will have no greater friend than the United States.
But with a friend like Obama, are Israel's enemies gaining strength? Sean gets expert insight on a special Hannity.
That is what Fox News was telling its audience of American conservatives instead of showing this happening in Israel, in real life, in the actual world at that very moment. They report, you decide. Just amazing. Amazing.